It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Davis Mills. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Titans and the Texans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done to controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A first down carry for Henry. To about the 33-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Texans will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns with 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jeffers drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 20. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now this time he'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Jeffers, open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to have another first down. to throw again. Running this slant, and he finds Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Texans at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On first down, Jeffers got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And now look at him go. The 40, 20, 10. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. How about that? You had a goal to go. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Back to throw. Jeffers. This is Smith with the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jeffers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Titans. Ball at their own 1 yard. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. To throw on second down. Jeffers, he's got it. The tight end Allen. Finding room at midfield. Look at the big man rumble. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially mobile.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Back to throw. Jeffers over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Looking to throw. Jeffers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure.
Touchdown! Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have cut it back within a score. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there.
A first down throw for Mills. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Solomon Thomas coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas. That is now 2 sacks for him here in his first half. Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jeffers, he's got Allen. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up second down. Operating from the gun. Jeffers. Gets past 1 man. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jeffers. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Jeffers. Quick slant here to Smith. Hook up of 15 yards there. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Operating from the gun. Jeffers. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Elijah Mitchell. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say, touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look, and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hands it off out of the gun. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jeffers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jeffers. And it's caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Devontae Smith with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah. I
mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now. And you can...
On for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans with the football here late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Jeffers. He's got a man, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Operating from the gun, Jeffers. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Devontae Smith on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here. See if they can get something out. Mills on 1st down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time, that was a... Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mills. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half, Mills. He'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Broncos who are out in front. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And our statistician may need a vacation after this one's said and done. What a first half they had throwing the football. Over 300 yards passing already. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner. Throwing to start the drive. Jeffers. Allen's got it complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Working with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Jeffers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Jeffers throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Jeffers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jeffers. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit. On 1st and 10, Mills.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
First down, Mills.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
From the 41, Mills. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and
1. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And room there to work it inside the 25. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's hit. And a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles. To throw on second down. Jeffers. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Back to throw. Jeffers. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Back to throw again. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Jeffers. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone. And plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review. Ruling on the field stands.
Throwing on 1st down. Jeffers. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Devontae Smith
from 13 yards out.
And the Texans have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
Holding.
This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, here's Mills.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Here's Ward to return.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. On 1st down, Jeffers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Off play action. Jeffers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got it. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
They go play action here on first down. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Tennessee offense set to go again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Jeffers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. But Texans on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
A first down throw for Mills.
And now here is another interception.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jeffers. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and it'll be Titan football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Hooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Here's Mills.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Running from the gun with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
This all.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 66 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
It's taken to the 26. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Micah Parsons from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes because, mercifully, this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. The front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now Mills. That's taken in by Duvernay. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Houston, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.